Hey there, Nate here with the Volunteer Tech Vlog on the Live Sound 101 YouTube channel. And this video is going to be a media report for a special event that occurred at the church. We put on our first ever 5K road race fundraiser. So I'm going to be talking about just how that went with the outdoor audio setup. It was pretty small scale, but I'm just going to mention a few things about that. And just some basic things about putting a 5K road race on for the first time. So I got some good info on that in case anybody's looking to do a 5K. This also might be a good video to watch if you're looking at doing a 5K for the first time. Of course, I'm going to be mostly talking about audio, but I'll talk about some of the other logistics and the timer. We hired a company to handle the start and stop time, so the runners could get an accurate measurement. So let's see, where's a good place to start? The first thing I'll mention is just the basics of our system. So we had a little outdoor audio rig, basically two powered speakers up on poles or speaker stands at about head level, and I borrowed those from the youth group. So I had powered speakers. They were the JBL Eon series. They're actually holding up pretty well. They're pretty old. It's a pretty old system, but they're holding up pretty well. And those things can put out some good sound, at least for the general vicinity. It's not like you could hear from 500 feet away. I mean, you could hear it from 500 feet away, but it really the coverage of those things isn't gonna take up it's not gonna cover a huge area. But for our little front yard area where the runners were and where all the action was taking place, a couple speakers up on sticks was perfect. We had great weather, so that was really good. And so I came in and set up the system. Oh, I got a stop sign here. Got some road work going on up here. So I came in early, set up the table, set up the little mixer, the powered speakers, got extension cables, XLR cables, a stereo DI, had everything set up so that the DJ could come and basically plug in his little, I think it was like Serato Live, little digital turntables there, so we could play MP3s or whatever and kind of still do scratching. So I will say this, it was really nice to have a DJ that had a full library of music, and was able to kind of keep songs going, and that was their job. They were there to play music throughout the event to keep the energy going. And setting up all the audio system I'm cool with, but to be there playing music, that I feel like that is another role, to have somebody actually strategically picking songs. Definitely a good thing to have, because I think a lot of people might just throw on a playlist or something, and maybe that would be good enough, but there's something to be said about having a DJ. So I'm thinking like next year, if we do this, actually might be good to have music going, but also you could hire people, but have like two people dedicated to just do kind of like lighthearted banter. Like the DJ that was there, DJ Triple Threat, kind of played music the whole time, and he had his friend Kyle with him. And the whole time I'm thinking these guys had really good personality. The whole time I'm thinking, man, we got to set up two microphones, have the music going, but then also have these guys kind of going back and forth, just kind of doing some lighthearted banter and jokes, and just talking about the event and different things like that. Like, imagine if that was the case and you kind of had this other form of information or entertainment there. That would be a very cool thing. So I don't know, I'm thinking about next year, like what if instead of just music, we had people that were dedicated to almost provide entertainment, kind of like off the cuff, live, impromptu, just like a radio DJ would do, things like that. And how would that transform the feel of the event? And then every once in a while you'd mix it up and play some songs or what have you. So I don't know, I'm just starting to think about that. Let's see what else. So we had the DJ set up. we hired this company called Spitler Racing Systems. So this woman, Karen, owns this company. She's been doing this for like 12 years or something. She's got her little truck with all her gear in it. She comes, she's got a big inflatable raceway there. Man, I should have taken a back road. I'm sitting here forever waiting for these cars. We got like one lane of traffic on here. All right, I got the thumbs up to go ahead. So got to pay attention here because we got construction workers and police officers and stuff like that. So I want to make sure I'm focusing on the road being extra vigilant there. Okay, so we're through the traffic section there. So yeah, so we hired this company, Spitler Racing Systems. So they brought the inflatable finish line, the timer with the clock and everything, and they've got a couple different options. You can go with like a so we just did the basic option. We had like less than 200 people. So if you have, I think we had 54 racers total. So if you've got something like less than 200 people, you can just do a generic clock. And then what you do is you have, so you know, when you blow the horn, the racers are off, and when they come back, somebody's just standing there with the clipboard recording the bib number and the time. And with less than 200 people, it's I guess it's pretty common to just do it that way manually and tracking the time. But if you have like 200 or more racers, runners, you can, that becomes more challenging to really get accurate times because people are finishing at the same time. And wow, this is crazy backed up traffic right here. They're doing a little bit of construction back there. So the other option you can do if you've got too many racers all finishing at the same time is a chip-based system. So they call them like chip-based bibs or whatever. So it actually records the start and stop as you cross a certain threshold, which would be the finish line. So that's like an upsell that would cost a little bit more to do that, but if you've got more runners, it makes more sense to do that. So different options there, but yeah, they were great. It was really great to work with them. Karen and I think Eric, her helper, they just came right over. They saw me setting up a tent and they helped me out. So definitely good plug for Spitler Racing Systems out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island. If you're looking to do a 5K and you're in the area, they did a great job. Super friendly. Definitely gave some good feedback too about you know, how organized we were and things like that. So this is our first time doing it, so we felt like, you know, this was like a trial run kind of to see, you know, how things go, and we got some really good feedback from people that, you know, would have never known that was our first time putting on a 5K. So that was kind of a cool thing to get good feedback from runners and from somebody like Karen at Spitler Racing who sees a lot of 5Ks. So let's talk about that. So we hired them to come in. Justin and Christina also got a bouncy house somewhere. I don't know if they got a really good deal on it or something, but they had a bouncy house for the kids. They had face painting. They had, I think we had some sponsors, like we had Chiquita Banana donate a whole bunch of bananas. You had oranges and water. There's a little Starbucks table. I don't know if the Starbucks was donated. I think somebody might have picked that up. What else do we have going on over there? We had a teen challenge was set up over there. I mean, the whole thing was to raise money for the Amirah House. So that was raised over $5,000 for the Amirah House, which is supporting women and people coming out of trafficking and helping them get on their feet and getting out of human trafficking rings. So that was what the whole purpose was, is to spread awareness for that and to tangibly help people that are involved in situations like that. So that was kind of like the main purpose of it. I'm trying to think from a logistics standpoint. We probably had like, I don't know, 25, 30 volunteers. We had a medical tent set up with people that were, you know, paramedics or nurses. We had 2 volunteers there to just, you know, have just general first aid stuff, you know, at the ready, just in case anybody needed it. Had a police detail. What else did we have over there? There were a couple other tents, registration tent set up. And there's probably a lot more to it than I didn't see, but that's just my observations of how the event went. Those were kind of the big things that I think helped the event really seem like it was well thought out, well planned. I think the team that did the organization did a great job with it. They thought through a lot of different things, so definitely well done. Like I said, I just did made sure the audio system and the tech was set up and working. I was just kind of the resident tech specialist in case anything went wrong, and yeah, it was good. I was the guy getting power cords and extension cables for the popcorn machine and stuff like that. So, oh yeah, we had popcorn, croissants and donuts and muffins and stuff like that too. So yeah, great event. Lots of positive feedback there, and oh yeah, super proud of my wife for finishing. She finished, I think, 22nd out of 54 people, and she finished in 32 minutes for her. This was her first 5K that she's ever done. So she did a great job. So it was really cool to cheer her on and have the kids there all cheering her on too. So it was a fun day. So that was the 5K. And my name is Nate with the Volunteer Tech Vlog. Got any questions, just let me know in the comments. If you got any insights as maybe you've done a 5K before, you got any insights or tidbits of knowledge, feel free to drop them in the comments there. Love to hear from you. All right, I'll see you in the next video.